We are on to the second part of putting our page kits together. So we put 12 paper kits that we chose the papers that we wanted in a specific kit. Now at this point, we're going to be adding some embellishments. Now I want to show you what I sort of have prepped on the side so that I can easily, well, hopefully easily and quickly put some embellishments onto each of those paper kits. So for the digital prints that me and my son are working on, and we have these in our store, the link is in the description box below. What I did was, and I did a video on this, is I organized it all by color. I got these file folders and this rack, and that's on my Amazon link, and it fits nicely. And now I can find the file folders really quickly. So I have all our digital prints in there, and it's divided by color. So because this was brown and yellow, I just went and got my brown and yellow file. And then because this was kind of giving me, I don't know, the fall vibe, or even summer, this would really work. The wood slices, that's also in our store. And then I just grabbed just a few embellishments that have some dimensions that maybe I can put on these layouts. And then I have my iris trays, no, my iris containers. And I have all my embellishments divided by color in these little photo cases. So I have all the colors here. So for this time, it would be like brown and yellow. So I would grab those and have them near. But I have this right behind me on a chair. And then I have another one of those that I can, for my digital prints, once I cut them up, I have somewhere to put those in so that they're all together. So these are my labels, and on this side are my viewfinders. So I'm going to have all of that at the ready so that I can use them up. See, I don't have any viewfinders cut out in brown. So that tells me I'm going to need to get some in here. And then I also have this iris container where I have, you know, again, some embellishments. So I can pull from there if I need to. I do have some of our embellishments that I did cut out, and I just haven't separated it by color yet. So I can grab from that. And then I have some flares that I created using our little viewfinders. So I can pull from there. So I have all that really close to me so that as I'm pulling stuff for my page, I don't have to run around my room. I can just say, okay, here we go. I'm going to put these together. Another thing I did, and I think I mentioned that when I put these together, is we have some tiny letters that I printed out, and I have them all in the back here, so then I can easily just grab the numbers and letters to make a title. Okay, this is our grid paper, and I think I'm going to stick that in there. Let's look in here, and I have to decide, am I going to use the yellow as the background or the brown? I think I'm going to use the yellow, and then that way I know if I go for yellow viewfinders, unless it's a very big contrast, they're not going to pop very much on the layout. So I'm going to go with the brown, and I only need two because I cut them in half, especially this size. Now I could have chosen one of those, or we have some that have polka dots. So I could have chosen polka dots, Or I could have chosen, there's some that have just lines across. Okay, now am I going to want to put some letters and numbers? Do I want the black font or the white font? And I think I'm going to go with white font because this one here, this pattern paper here has white font. So I'm going to go with white font because of that. So I'm going to pull out these tiny letters. And even if I was, you know, this is for my virtual crop. I am putting 12 page kits together because we're going to be doing 12 challenges, 12 layouts in one day. If I was going to a crop that, you know, wasn't going to be home, I would still put the letters in there because I won't be able to come and get them once I'm there. So it's a good thing to have those there. So we got some letters. We got some viewfinders. Those viewfinders are awesome for embellishment foundations. These are like little journaling. And I do have yellow and brown together in one little case, just because I didn't have enough. I didn't want to have to buy two of those big cases, so I might, see that's going to contrast, so I might do yellow. So that's that. And what I can do, you know, it's not going to go to waste, so I kind of put two colors in there, and then as I'm putting my layout together, I can decide at that point. And then that way I have the options. I don't have to walk across my room when I'm doing the layout. I can just, that's a pretty yellow. Okay. Am I going to want to, I think I want a couple things that are yellow. Or maybe I can grab some yellow viewfinders. And I'll grab the ones with the little heart in the middle. Those three. Perfect. Now, some embellishment like finishers, like to finish off those clusters. I like that. I think these here are my favorite cameras. I like them all, but that one is my favorite. Okay. Am I? How about the banners? No, I think that little camera I kind of like. So I'm going to cut that out. I'm looking for a little pair of scissors so that I can just snap this in. Perfect. And maybe another color, like another type of camera. I don't want this one because it has gray on it. Like maybe this little camera here. And one more, maybe another one this size. What I could do is we have whole sheets of this camera here. And the thing is I did not print all of the embellishments, like every color, because sometimes I didn't have enough paper. I ran out of the Whisper White paper. So I have to go through and see, now that I have more Whisper White paper, I have to see which one I'm missing and kind of fill the holes. Now, do I want to put some of these in here? See, it depends what the layout is going to be. I'm going to put 3, but then it'll be, I either use, if I take these ones, it's either going to be those viewfinders or those little logs. But if I use the big ones, it can just be another layer in there. So let's just cut 3 of those. Because when I looked at this, I kind of was thinking of maybe a layout for my daughter's wedding. That's kind of like what I was thinking when I saw that combination of papers, because she got married in the fall. It'll be 2 years and like 9 days or something. Okay. So we got this. And a little flower. I like this thing here. Yeah, it just adds a little bit of, again, just dimension. When you're putting your page kits together, you know, I'm always thinking of what can I use to start my embellishment foundation and what can I use to finish them. Well, a lot of times what I like to do for finishing, I like to pick some stuff that has a little bit of dimension. And I mean, these things, I can cut them out and put foam tape. So it doesn't have to be necessarily something that has dimension. You can make it so it has dimension by adding some foam tape. So I'm just going to quickly look in these little containers and see if I can add some embellishments here. This is just like a mishmash of different embellishments, you know, from different embellishment die cut kits or packages. And once I open the package, I kind of just divide them by color. So I have no idea where these embellishments come from. Like sometimes I'll get comments like, oh, that was so cute. Where did that come from? I don't know. Have no idea, because these have been in these containers for so long. And at some point, you know, when you have your die cuts in even in these sticker sheets, at some point they get so low that I just cut them apart and then I just put them by color. And these things, they go out of stock so quickly, and then they don't make any more. Like, they don't keep restocking them, because then they're on to the next collection kind of thing. So if it's something that I bought 8 years ago, it's no longer available. Oh, that's going to give some dimension. Oh, I like these little birds. They add a little bit of stuff. You know, we'll grab 2. The only thing I don't like is that those things, I don't like that at all. So I usually cut around it. I'll put 3. I doubt if I'll use 3, but I can use this as a foundation for something. Another thing I do is I put way more stuff than I'm going to use. And I'm okay with that. Because just because it doesn't go in this layout, it kind of keeps it on the forefront of my mind. And, you know, they end up in my little case here that I have right there. But I go through that a lot as I'm putting stuff together. So it could end up on another layout, and then on that specific day or in that specific kit, it might get used up. And if you're going away to a crop and you only put the number of, that's not good. I might be able to repair that. It ripped the top layer off, but if I glue it down, you won't be able to tell. So if you're going away to a crop, you only put the number of embellishments that you can absolutely use. And then by some, like, miracle, you end up doing all the page kits that you made. And then there's still like 7 hours left to your crop. Then what do? You got no page kits and no, nothing left. And I'm a firm believer, like I remember when I first was going to crops and stuff, man alive, the amount of stuff that I would bring. And still to this day, like I'll go to crops and I watch people come in and it's like, one thing after another, and they take an entire corner. And that's fine. That's just not my thing, because whatever you had to pack, you have to unpack when you get home. Too much work. Way too much work. So I like to just bring what I absolutely need. So what I do is I have this bag, like almost like a shopping bag. And I think it has cameras on it. I bought it. It's like one for groceries. It has cameras all over it. It's fairly big. It's like this big. I put all my page kits in there. I'll put my, it's to put your cup in, and it's got a little garbage bag that you can put onto your table so that you don't spill your coffee all over the place. I have one of those. I've had it for years. I pack that in there. Excuse me. And then I'll pack maybe some extra photos, like a box of extra photos, you know, those little photo boxes like that. I'll fill one of those of different photos, because if I do finish all my page kits and I have time and I have lots of leftovers, then I have a little bit of photos that I can make some more page kits and just make more pages. So that's the reason I bring more photos. Then I like this hello. And again, it's a photo thing. It's about, I'd say, probably 2 feet. We'll say 2 feet by about 6 inches. I think it fits some of these, you know, so you can store your photos. And in that, I'll put in some watercolors. I'll put in all my inks. They fit in it perfectly. So because I have those, I can bring all of those with me. And, you know, the tools that go with that. I'll bring in some mist in that. So I fill that little container. It's not very big. It's this big by this big and probably 6 inches tall. I'll fill that to the brim, you know, as much as I can fit in there. I usually bring, you know, some letter stickers and that kind of stuff. They'll fit in there too. The ones from, oh, Doodlebug. They're 6 by 12. They fit in there. So I'll bring some of those. What else do I bring? I bring my paintbrushes. That fits in the bigger bag. And all my paintbrushes are in here. I'll bring one of my watercolor pads. And that fits in that big bag that I was saying. That fits right in there. And of course, I'll bring my trimmer. I'll bring some wipes. I actually have a list, and I'll try to find it. I don't know if I can find it because it was on my old computer. I'll try to find that because it's awesome. I would print that out, and I have to say a lot of that stuff that's on the list now I don't bring because I've narrowed down my stuff a lot, but I do like, because I put like hand cream on there, because I find because you're dealing with paper all day, your hands get super dry. So I do like that. And some like pain relieving medication, because when you are doing stuff like this all day, I find sometimes you can get a little headache. And then what else do I bring? And then, I have this bag that I got at Michael's, and it's like a tool bag. I'll fill that. So I'll have my scissors in there, pencils, my poker, my craft knife, like my tools, my ATG gun, my little cutter from, where is it from? Making Memories. This little cutter here, I'll bring that. So I have two cutters. I have my big one, my Caterpillar crop, not the Pro. And then I'll bring a little thing of foam tape. And then I'll bring, of course, some ATG replacement. I'll bring some glue. I'll bring stuff like glossy accent. So a lot of the stuff I bring is like, you know, so I can actually work. But as far as extra stuff for scrapbooking, that stays home. It really does. Okay, so now we're changing colors. So we're gonna do blue, and I think I have two blue of these containers, so that's fine. And then let me grab this, and I have no viewfinders cut out, so I'll go get my blue file. And that I found a perfect spot for it, and it came with two of them, those little racks. And I'm going to be using the two of them. Oh, actually, this is more like turquoise. So I did separate it so that I have a turquoise file and I have a blue file, because turquoise is one of my favorite colors. So I know I'm going to be using that all the time. Now this, I might need some more on a different layout. So how about, should I just cut it in half? I'll cut it in half. And that way I'll be able to do, you know, two layouts. I don't think I have more than two turquoise layouts, so we shall see. Okay, haven't used any of these labels in a long time. That looks good, that one there. So let's cut these out. And then we'll put them, or should I do the one with the white? on the inside, so I could then stamp something on the inside or write something on the inside. You know what? I'll just put both of them in there. And for stuff like this, where you know you're going to go right across, I prefer using my bigger scissors. I'm not fussy cutting. I'm just there. That is good. Now, do I want to use viewfinders or do I want to use circles? I think I want to use some circles. Now, is that the 2-inch or is that the 1.5? Okay, so what you need to do, especially with these punch here, they don't reach in very far, the punches themselves. Yes, this is 2-inch. So what you need to do is cut. I am shaky this morning. And I've had my coffee, so that's not it. Okay, so now I'll have to come from the side from this one. And then punch it out. Just like that. And then, you know what I think would be fun is maybe grab maybe a little one, like a 1.5. Is that 1.5? Yeah, I think that's 1.5. Let me see. Trying to see. Okay, it's this one right there. I could go with a deeper color or darker color. There we go. And that I could put like, I don't know, a little title on it or something. Okay. Now I need some labels. I thought I had tried to put all the like things together, but it's highly possible that I've already used up a lot of those labels. Yeah. Okay, so these are the only labels I have left. So I know I need to cut more labels. Definitely cut more labels. See, there's labels here. I had only cut one sheet. Oh, there they are. So I got to make sure that it's going to stand out next to it. Like those two are the same color. So I need to find a lighter or darker. Okay, that's dark. I like that. And this is dark. So like that. And this one is dark. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I have these arrows that we have. There's the light and then the dark. And when I'm looking at this, I'm going, okay, well, what is going to stand out more up against this? Is it going to be this one or is it going to be this one? And it's going to be this one because this is kind of, it's like a white base. Now, if I had used the viewfinders, then I'd probably go with that one. Now, these ones have words, but a lot of these words are very forgiving, I guess, or, you know, you can use them on quite a few different layouts. For example, memories, discover, adventure. You can use on a bunch of different layouts. Now, what I like is we have arrows going this way, but there's one of those embellishment clusters that's going to be over here, and the arrow is going to need to be pointing that way. So I'm just going to take the same 3 words, and I'm just going to cut them out. And then while I make the layout, I can decide, okay, which one is going to go that way. Now we also have these little arrows. What I like to do is kind of overlay them. I'm going to go with these here with the little white outline in them. And there you go. Okay. Do I want a camera? See, this one I did print that one camera that's just filled with cameras. Do I want the itty bitty cameras? Yeah, I think so. Do I want the dark ones? I'll go with these right here. They're kind of a dark turquoise. I'll just cut all 4 out just to make it easy. And then here is some frames. I could put some frames in there. Let me see. Do I want this color? That's pretty much the same color, so I'd have to go with the lighter. I'm gonna put 3 in there. And what I've been enjoying doing with these frames is a lot of time I'll keep the 3 together, and it makes a statement. Like it's nice and big, and you can really see it popping. Okay, so if I use that pattern paper, it's got some black lettering. So let me see if I'd rather have black or white lettering. I'm going to go with the black because this has black lettering too. And then I'll take out my numbers to go with it. Okay. Okay. So if you're wondering why I'm, putting these page kits together, it is for a crop. It's for a virtual crop that I'm having here. Well, not here, but on the interweb, on the internet, on Facebook. It's a private group, and when you purchase the crop, you'll get the link to join. And so there's only going to be the number of people that are in the group, and it's $8. And with the $8, you get 2 files for free, digital files. They're both the leaf ones, and one of the files you get 2 of them. So it's you actually have 3 that you get to print out. So those are worth $2 a piece. So then it's $4 for the crop. And the crop is on October 10th. It is from 9 a.m. ADT to 9 p.m. ADT. I've had so many emails, so many questions on YouTube, on Facebook, emails. So I'm just going to give a little bit of info right here. So it's 9 a.m. ADT to 9 p.m. ADT. So if you want to know what time that is in your time zone, you go on Google in the search bar and you put Atlantic daytime. When it pops up, that's the time that I am at, that specific time that you're typing in. So if, when you put it in, it says 9:30 a.m. and for you, it's 1:30 p.m., then you know I am 4 hours before you. And that means that in your time zone, it'll go from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Does that make sense? But the good thing is I also had questions like, what if we can't make it all day? Are we going to be able to, see the rest of the crop? Yes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, I don't know, give myself a little timer or something, or maybe I'll get you guys to remind me, Nicole, or maybe after every second challenge, have 2 challenges per video. I'll figure something out, but I don't want a 12-hour video. That's too much, because then people, that want to go watch the replays, they have to go sift through the whole thing. So either I'll stop after each challenge and then I'll label each video challenge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 12, or challenge 1 and 2, do 2 per video. And then that way it'll give me a minute while it shuts down. It takes a minute to save. I can run downstairs, go to the bathroom, make another coffee, and then come back upstairs and start the next challenge. So that was some of the questions. What time is it in my time zone? That's the best way to do it, is for you to type it into Google. And yes, this is going to remain available. You'll have access to the Facebook group and the videos will stay there. I mean, as long as Facebook doesn't delete them, which they haven't deleted any of the other ones I've done. But I mean, that's the only way it wouldn't be there, is if Facebook deleted them. Which, like I said, I have tons, I have 6 scrapathons where every scrapathon we've done, 4 or 5 lives, and they're all still there available. So that's like, the first scrapathon was what, 3 years ago, I would say. Yeah. So, and everything's still there. Okay. So I got some of these. Again, I just want a little bit of different things. I love our digital stuff for, the base and everything. And then I just like to add some different embellishments. Our collection is building up. I think the last time I checked, I think we have, over 800 files between, all the colors and everything. So that's coming together. Like, the variety of different embellishments is coming rapidly. And this week, I'm going to be putting out a design team call out. So I'm going to do that at the very beginning of the week. I like that, full heart. And once the video's out, the call out will, I'll give you 2-3 weeks to work on. What I'd like is that the design team is ready to go the 1st of November. And because it's digital files, it's not as if we're depending on the post to get everything there in time. It'll be available pretty quickly. As soon as I send it to them, it'll be available. Okay, I'm just going to go through these a little bit. See what else. kind of like these sneakers. Because, you know, when you're on vacation, I'm thinking this is going to be like a vacation one. And we do a lot of walking on our vacation. I do a lot of walking anyway. It's time to get serious, you know, what everybody's calling the quarantine 15. Ugh. All the weight that I had lost. Yeah, I put it back on. And I did so good. Like I went like a year and a half without putting it back on. And I don't know. It's a little stressful, right? It's a little stressful. So I think we kind of eat because we have nothing else, you know, stress and everything else. So I started walking again. I put my Fitbit on, and I'm not going to do keto. I think I'm just going to do low carb, and I'm going to cut the junk out. The junk has got to go. Don't need that in my life. And I'm going to try to walk between 5 and 7 Ks every day. And right now it's still nice out. So I want to do, you know, go out on walks every day. And at first I was kind of waiting for my husband, but he's so busy at work. And I don't know, I was a little skeptical going out walking by myself. And then I was like, just do it. And I did. And then I was like, oh, I'm fine. I bring my cell phone. What I like is I have earbuds and I listen to an audiobook while I'm walking. So that's nice. That is working out amazingly. Okay, I may not use these, but I'm going to put them in there just in case. Okay. So this is number 2. So I stopped the recording just to put everything away, kind of reset, go get my green file, put a little bit of stuff away because I had a ton of these containers out. So I just kind of reset. And, you know, I didn't keep that in the video because it would be loud and everything. But also to save time, because I think this is going to be a long video. And today I'm only doing 6. So this is number 3. But still, you know, if every one of them is 10-15 minutes, that's 45 minutes. Or no, it'll be 10 minutes will be an hour. Because I'm doing 6 today. Okay, so do I have, I think this one I want to use viewfinders. And let me see. Kind of like, look at that. That's almost the exact same color. But I want to go a shade lighter so that it shows. So again, I might be able to, can I sneak it on the side? Yes. Awesome. I want to do the one with the polka dots. There we go. So that, just to have different ones. There we go. And then labels. Again, look at that color. It's almost the same. I might, let's put it just in case, but I think it's too close. like this because I can do a little bit of journaling on that. And okay, I need to find the labels that are this color so that it stands out. There we go. And that one's the same. Ooh, how about if wondering if I shouldn't do like a dark gray. Let's do gray. Do I have any gray labels? I must. Here's gray. If I do, because I have light gray and dark gray in here, so there we go. There we go. Yeah, okay. Let's do light gray. So we'll cut these out just like that. And I haven't used any banners. Do I want to use banners? Oh, this one I messed up and I didn't put the pattern or the grid paper at the beginning of the file. I'm trying to, with these, put the grid at the start of the file and the letters at the back, and then that way it's like boom boom, I can just find them. But I don't know if I want to do gray grid. I need to have a couple things that are going to be gray, otherwise it's not gonna make sense to have those. And then let's put this away. Let's try to maybe some cameras. How about the dark ones right here? I'm going to try and cut 3 of those out. There we go. It's perfect. Maybe some little arrows. Okay, the arrows I think I'll do in green. Let's put this. I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't do like a light gray and a dark gray file, because the gray file is pretty chunky. Okay, let's look at the green and see if we can find the arrows. I'm really liking this way of storing my digital prints because it makes it so much easier. Again, I think this is when I was like, oh, I'll put the grid and the letters together. But then at the end, I kind of went, no, I think I'll put the grids at the beginning and the letters at the back. Okay. I think I might go get my season spice files. So I have a season spice file, and this is some of our assorted digital. I think I'll be able to find in the arrows and stuff. the color that I am looking for. There we go. Let me see. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So let me see. So do I want, again, the white font or the black font? You know, even though that, I think I'm going to go with the black font because it's really popping. So I like Oh Snap, Enjoy. And then I like Stories here. It's going the other way. So that'll be for that. And then, do I want any of those the little arrows or the bigger ones? Let me see. We have so many people around here that drive diesel trucks and they're so loud. You know, they're, yes, we're right at a corner. We are at a corner lot where we are. So basically, you know, my house is at the very corner of our road and the main road. So I didn't think that many people lived on the road that I'm on though, but whew, there is a lot of traffic. Okay. Okay, so I kind of like the amount of stuff. Now I have to choose a font. Now I think I'm going to go with gray. And I'm going to go with a light gray because the light gray will pop on that. The lightest gray I have, and I think it's this one right here. The lightest gray. Okay. And I thought I had printed the numbers and for every color, but I think there's a few numbers I didn't print out, and that's one of the numbers I didn't print out, but that's okay. I can either print it out or not worry about it. Not put a year, I guess. Or I can print it out. We shall see. Okay, so I think I'm good with all the digital prints. We got some grid paper. We have some embellishment foundation. We have some, embellishment finishers. And another thing, I know all of these are flat. I said one way that you can pop them up is put some foam tape. But another thing is if you use glossy accent, yes, you have to do it the night before, but fill it up, put it onto the side, and then you got yourself like a nice little sticker. On one of the Scrapathon lives, I did it on this rainbow. And I don't know if I can put it up to the camera, but let me see. I'll cut it out of here. This is our COVID-19 embellishment. And I put some glossy accent on that, and it is so cute. It turned out so well. So now I can just cut that out, and it looks like a 3D embellishment. Like, it's so cute. So I love that. Okay, now let me go through some of these and see if I can. I'm kind of looking at that one there, but put it in. And then if I decide not to use it, it's not going to be a big deal. Like I said, I had kind of wanting to do 6 today. And get them all ready. So the first phase is going to be doing this, adding embellishments. The second phase that I'm going to go through is I'm going to bring my washi tapes or ribbons, my cardstock, and I'm going to fill or add them to each of the page kits. And then I'm going to add photos. Okay, like this. Go. The last thing I'm going to add photos. I was hoping to get, oh, look at those little stars. Let's get these little stars. You know, the journaling done too on all of these. But I guess it's just gonna have to wait and see if I have the time to do the journaling, because I have to do the 12-page kits, and then I have to, I kind of like this. I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna separate those so that I can go in here and cut that right out without cutting the rest of the stuff or trying to. So yes, so I'm hoping that I can get 6 done today and then 6 done the next day. And then the day after that, get, you know, the washies and the cardstock and all that stuff put in. The day after that, I am working, so I can't do anything. And then Friday, what I'd like to do is get everything in my craft room ready by challenge. So if I'm using a specific thing, it's in a pile for a challenge. And then that day, everything's all lined up per challenge. And then I can just go, okay, challenge number 1. It's right there. Grab that. And that's why I think, you know, I can probably line up 2 challenges like right next to each other. And then when I stop to save the video, I can put that challenge away quickly, put the stuff away, and then grab the next 2 and have those ready to go. I like this. P.S. Don't forget to have fun. And it doesn't go. But I do like it. It went really well with this, but not with this one. But I do like it. I'm just going to go backwards and I like this for the love. May or may not use it, but it's the right color. So we will put it on. That color's kind of difficult to scrap with anyway, just because it's such a weird green, weird tone of green. Sorry about the crinkling, but I couldn't tell. Yes, this goes well. Let's see. What I like to do is move this to a different spot. And then I'll have this. The real life, no, it doesn't. The tone is off. Okay, so now that I have it out of this crinkling paper, it's going to stay out. Okay. That is going to be page kit number 3.